Hi everybody, welcome to the Todd and Aaron Daily Stream. Today, cooking and talking. Talking and cooking.
No, it's still 2PBS.
I'm trying to come up with a name for the series. Making salads and talking at the same time.
It's like the Cooking Network or the Food Channel where they're desperately trying to come up with something new and creative. It's like, no, we've been making salads for the last couple of weeks because they're tasty.
With knives!
Nobody has any good ideas, so we thought this is a good way to start all of us on thinking some new foods. Today's, though, I have been waiting for this because I picked this one.
Asparagus and corn salad with herbs.
It's going to be so good, I can just tell.
So let's just go over it really quick.
Okay.
Okay, so we got corn. Fresh corn.
And you boiled that first and then you cut it off the cob, right?
Yeah, right, and then for 3 minutes did asparagus, and then I did that and cut it into half-inch pieces. All right,
Could
let's
you
go.
explain to people what blanching is?
Blanching is when you dunk something in the water for about 60 seconds. Asparagus went in for 3 minutes, so that's not
quite the same. Okay.
All right, so first of all,
signs of summer.
Signs of summer.
Let's start with Target.
Target.
Because it's not. This is not summer in the Wasatch Front. We're what, mid-July?
Prepare them for this, okay?
All right, sure.
When you walk into Target, they've already put up their Halloween gear.
That means the Halloween candy can only be minutes behind, and I'm screwed.
Which means behind that is Christmas, of course.
That should be in sometime by late August, right?
Early, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think Halloween is just going to run over. It's just like a bulldozer.
No, Thanksgiving is the one that gets bulldozed. Halloween still makes a ton of money. Because psychos like me will decorate till there's nothing left in the house. No square inch that's not draped in cobwebs. But Thanksgiving, no one really cares. It's not a sexy holiday, honey. I'm sorry.
It is sexy.
There's nothing sexy about Puritans.
Food.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway, so signs of summer number 2.
Number 2. So we went to go swim. We're members of a very elite community pool.
Oh, it's our neighborhood pool.
It's our neighborhood pool. We're lucky it's dug in. so we drive it yesterday. It's really hot because we're doing the AC challenge still, and it's currently 84 degrees in the house.
It's one of the ways that we keep the children actually alive because we're bitter. If you hadn't seen this, we had a $450 bill last July for air conditioning. We're like, no. We're going to see if we can do it without it this year.
So we're Scottish and
bitter. There's a lot of spite based in here.
I want to give up. So we said, okay, it's like 5-ish. Let's go cool off. Let's go to the pool. We go there. No one on the street. Usually not that busy. Pull into the gate. There's a handwritten sign reading.
Pool closed till tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. There was a fecal incident in the pool. Welcome, Cryptosporidium, which of course is the hideous waterborne bacteria that is created by fecal matter and will basically turn all of you into a Roman candle going off from both ends if you get sick.
You have had kids, if you have had kids. You know that babies and swim diapers are the biggest lie in the history of man. You do, don't you? Right? I mean, a swim diaper is basically a diaper that absorbs the pool, then mixing and then exiting the diaper. You've seen a blowout before with your kid? Of course you have. That's what happens. So when you see a little baby about this big being bobbed in the water, they're making tea. That's what they're doing.
Did you just say that?
And evidently, it was bad enough that someone saw it, an official or someone, and reported it. So right now, if it was up to me, I would have filled the pool with gasoline and lit it ablaze. Because next time you dive in that water and you come up and you spit some water out, guess what?
Making tea.
I'd rather have gasoline.
Making tea.
So my grandma used to do with a tea bag.
All right, why don't you start with the wet ingredients? What's next?
Wet ingredients, we're going to do that. So basically, all you want to do is you want to put in white wine vinegar, lemon juice, olive oil, and also some honey. And we're going to top that off with kosher salt and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is another sign of summer that this always comes up the day we're about to go camping. Utah Division of Wildlife Resources is trying to track down an aggressive bear that has apparently been charging campers and hikers around the Lake Mary area. So
imagine being charged by a bear.
If you're planning on being up in that area, we'll be changing our plans.
If you were in a pool being charged by a bear, there would be an excuse.
Then you could, and
For
you
them
just,
closing
you're
the
just
pool.
hoping that the bear would stay in long enough to get cryptosporidium and start cramping up so it couldn't chase you. Is that the plan?
Something.
Well, it's weird. Rangers say that the bears are especially aggressive this summer because it's so hot, and they say the bears are thirsty.
They live by rivers and such.
Maybe you shouldn't be wearing black in summer,
Ah.
although it is slimming. But anyway, it's very funny.
Not
They
for
said
bears.
they said multiple hikers said they were minding their own business and the bear charged them. That's a little scary.
Oh.
And so, basically, what they say is the bear will typically chomp their jaws or bluff charge
Bluff charge
at
is
you
the
if
worst
they
thing in
if
the
they
world.
feel threatened. Meaning they will take 2 or 3 quick steps to you and then slam on the brakes. And, I'm pretty sure if they're charging me by then, it's over, and I'm just going to plan on it.
I hope you're wearing brown pants. Kind of a theme on the show today, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to make food. I'm not
so
sure that's
sorry
so good.
about that. All right,
All
so
right. Now, what is this with the herbs? What kind of herbs are you putting in this?
all right, so the herbs are anything you have. Parsley, you could use dill. You could use, in this case, dill. We're going to use dill because we had some. Cilantro. You could use any greenery.
I'd like to try rosemary on this,
aromatic rosemary would be great too. So anyway, you chop that in.
All right, now this kills me because Airbnb has done these unbelievably cool contests throughout the world. There's actually an Airbnb that they did in the guardhouse on the Great Wall of China, meaning one of the beautiful guardhouse towers that runs along the Great Wall of China.
It's amazing.
That irreplaceable man-made thing you can see from space. And you got to spend the night there, and they had a Buddhist monk, and they would teach you calligraphy. They would make you this incredible meal. It sounded like this once-in-a-lifetime thing. I mean, Todd and I were like, we need that.
Tell me about the other one in France.
There was one where you got to spend the night in the Louvre.
Louvre.
And you actually got to have a midnight tour, so you could see all of the artwork and everything. I mean, think if you've ever been there, you always have this dream of, I'm going to go in, I'm going to see all these things. And there's a line. It's like Disneyland times 27. So the chance to go in there and be able to walk through the whole thing, just you and a guide, I mean. And then, of course, now America has offered its own Airbnb cultural experience. And you're thinking, okay, they had the Great Wall of China, they had the Louvre.
What would it be?
What would America offer to this?
How great would that be?
You get to spend the night in the Airbnb
Yes.
Wienermobile.
The what?
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. And it comes with a mini fridge stuffed full of wieners. Yeah.
I don't think
That's
by
only
law
gonna be-
I'm allowed to say anything at this point in the show.
You can book for one night only because they know so many people will be rushing to spend the night in the Wienermobile. It's $136. And you can jump on Airbnb's site on July 24th and start booking. Great Wall of China, Louvre, Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Is it parked in a Walmart parking lot? Because that would just make it awesome.
It really does need that flavor.
Oh my God.
I mean, we've actually been through the Wienermobile.
We've
We
been
enjoyed it. You actually suggested something like
And the
this, didn't you?
Wienermobile, because the whole back part of it is like storage area, and then they have chairs and stuff. And if you took all the chairs, I said this
You
would
could
be a
have a nice
great
bedroom?
RV. Yeah, and then you could take your wiener up into the mountains, which bears would probably like.
I know there was one that was similar. It was outside of Boise, and it was a gigantic fiberglass potato. I think it was something from the State Tourism Board.
Yeah.
And and so you could use that as the Airbnb. It was pretty entertaining.
All right.
Are you ready to mix everything?
Yeah, we're going to mix everything. I have to tell you, if you're under stress, you need to relax yourself, and how you do that is you go to New York State, and you go to Altamont, New York State.
So I'm flying to New York State. I'm going to Altamont. Why?
Why? Because we have yoga with goats.
Mm-hmm.
We have yoga with any other animals?
Yeah, the
Snakes.
aquarium here
Snakes.
was doing
They did
yoga.
snakes.
They were doing yoga with sharks.
The sharks, yeah. And now what you get to do is not yoga, because that's too hard. You simply walk with a llama. They have 24 llamas at the farm. And so what you do is you go ahead and you book ahead, and they'll bring you through, and they have all of the llamas, and they kind of, one will pick you. And then you say,
Oh, that's so
and you
sweet.
go off into your own little pasture, and if they want to lay down, they have treats for you to give the llama, and there's little nose nuzzlings and stuff like that. How cool is that? And then, if you would like to take a stroll, they have trails that you can lead your llama on through
Can you
the
ride
woods.
the llama?
No riding the llamas,
Oh.
lady.
Okay, I would just like to point out one thing. My cousin Trish and her husband Kurt had a llama farm. And llamas hold grudges.
Yeah.
I just want you to know this before you book this experience, because I accidentally stepped on the hoof of one of their llamas. And I apologized profusely, and he was so hurt and angry. And for the next 2 weeks, he wouldn't look at me. He would turn his head. He would ignore me. He would eschew me. And then it was about 2.5 weeks later, I came and I was feeding the llamas with Trish, and he raced up as fast as he could. He bit me really hard on the neck, and then everything was okay between us again. But I'm just saying that for 2.5 weeks, he marinated in his thoughts of revenge and hatred towards me. So I'm just saying llamas hold a grudge, so be careful where you step.
All right, let's taste this.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead and taste it. Use your fork.
Okay, so herbs.
All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. You're crossing me.
That is the best one we've made. Of all of our salads so far, this is hands down the best one that
You
we've
mean
made.
our summer series of salad conversations?
That is the best one we've made. And the good thing about this salad is it actually holds really well for about 2 days. I mean, most salads are like in about 6 hours. This one
That's
will be
right,
gorgeous for 2 days.
So,
This is so freaking good. This is the best one we've done.
what did we learn today? We learned you can go get your Halloween stuff. We learned that don't hug bears, but walk llamas. Oh, I'm sorry. And a great salad. So there you go.
And cryptosporidium.
And swim diapers don't work.
Corn salad, number one.
Corn salad number 1. You see you later.
I will never be able
Tomorrow.
I will never be able to swim with a child again after that vision.
I would never do it again. Never.
What is
Especially
wrong with you?
shallow end, and they're like la 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 la. Mom's all happy about dunking the baby. All right. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow on the Todd and Aaron Daily Stream. Oh.
Really?
Oh.
You really had to come up with that vision.
Oh.
Really?
Have a bite of salad.